It's Madden NFL 24, and this one features Jerome Ford. He's riding high after last week, over 250 yards on the ground. It's the Browns and the Raiders on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 7. Again, they turn to Ford. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. The handoff to Ford up the middle. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On the ground, it's Ford. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line. His fullback, he's looking for more and more of that in this game.
The Browns at 9-2 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They run with Ford.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. This is Ford. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Browns are on the board first here in Vegas. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing to start the drive. Porter. And that'll be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Ford fighting him off. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll start out here with the option left. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 8 now. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on 4th down. A carry here for the big tight end. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Hunt is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it as we resume action. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
On 1st and 10, Porter. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled? Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And this will be taken at the 13. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Steps away. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st. Good sizable run there by Deshaun Watson on the RPO.
That's in his DNA as a quarterback. He's been doing that since high school. He understands the RPO game as well as any quarterback in the league, and he makes excellent decisions. And when he takes off and goes, his team's pretty happy about it.
On 1st down, Watson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's 3rd and 6. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. 15 yards there on the scramble and a 1st down. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there, excellent, because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 78 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Watson now to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Second and 10. This is Hunt on the draw play. A strong running. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And David Bell closed things out with a touchdown catch. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Mayer there to bring it in. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down. Porter, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. On the delay, here's Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, as we'll run you through what's going on both today and later on this weekend. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh, a big one for the Steelers, as they'll take on the visiting Baltimore Ravens. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And we'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
The throw over the middle taken in and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Look at the big, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. There, this is picked up by the Browns.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
They will start this drive with Ford. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5. Here's a toss right side for Hunt. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now a give right side. It's Ford. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 35-yard line. 121 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, I'd have to say in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a first down. Then you look up, you've got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Ford will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Porter, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this... Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Watson now going to run the option right. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
4th down now after a loss of 2. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Oh, and did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
160 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Fights through, and now a crease. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders.
And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw on third down. Porter, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
On third down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Porter. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Looking to throw. Porter. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He finds Mayer here.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed.
It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and this one features Jerome Ford. He's coming off an incredible effort with over 200 yards.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign, took his game to a new level, and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. Skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number?
And right away, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
This is taken at the 18.
13 yards the tally on the return there. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski.
Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
Right back to him on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
On 2nd down, it's Ford, and he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
But Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th.
They'll try and run for it. It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
The Browns at 10-2 on the year, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance. But, boy, were they sensational just a week ago.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Now a give right side. It's Ford.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a give right side. It's Ford. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. We're scoreless after 1. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he takes this one in for a Browns score.
Jerome Ford
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Here's Pickett on 2nd down. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And they can't bring him down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Here's Pickett. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Pickett.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big play that time for Cleveland. 73 yards on the ground. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
They'll try to run this one in. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run for it with Ford. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been... Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On third down, Ford. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Boy, 184 yards rushing for him now as he closes in on a 200-yard night.
Watson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance, rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO, what's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player. They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Now a give right side. Ford. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Watson going to try and run it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated.
Watson on third down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Pickett, fourth down, desperation time.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdowns. Draw play to Ford. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of the... Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Sheds off the tackle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerome
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Fighting through it. He's got space. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Again, they turn to Ford. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Ford. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
The handoff to Ford up the middle.
And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Pickett.
And his throw here is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Pickett lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. This is Ford. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big...
It's Week 15 of the NFL. We'll get a look at Joe Burrow. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Bengals and the Browns under the lights on Sunday night.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up.
And off we go from Cleveland.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
They can't tackle him.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford,
39 yards.
And the Browns need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back during your salad days in Evansville.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Smith.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go back to the ground with Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
You look at this Browns defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. They'll let them dink and dunk all day long.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the stop made by Cam Taylor-Britt. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They run with Ford. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and run for it. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford, and he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 27. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already. as they come up 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
11 mighty, 11 MT.
Here's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still on his feet. T. Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins. 73 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. 152 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Browns at 11-2 now, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On first down, Ford. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On second down, it's Ford pushing his way through. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford fights off the defender. They'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go.
It's Ford, and he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play. He couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, Ford. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
So on fourth down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Dalvin Tomlinson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. On second down, here's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Burrow will throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
A lot of points put on the board so far by this offense. Now they're looking for more. Already winning here in the second half, ball in the red zone. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerome Ford.
This defense trying to protect their lead here late, but a touchdown and a 2-point conversion could tie it as we've got a red zone situation forthcoming. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
So the task for this offense is preserving this lead. It's a tight game late, and the defense also, keep in mind, they do have 3 timeouts. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now a handoff up the middle. Ford. Still going. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Ford.
And he will have the first down. And that is not officially going to end it, but they'll be able to take the clock way down from here.
Now a handoff up the middle. Ford. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a give right side. It's Ford.
And he will have the Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Up the middle they go. Ford. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 3rd down, it's Ford. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. And now...
Here we go.
To throw, Burrow.
And incomplete.
Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow.
Open man is Higgins. And he's brought down.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Here's Burrow.
And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down.
And this is taken in at the 5.
And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a game where they got out to a pretty good size lead, and then they had to hang on for dear life at the end.
Not exactly how you would draw it up. You would continue to score and find ways to keep your lead pretty well throughout the game. But they did find a way to win, as you noted. Hung on at the end as the big rush came at them. Fortunately enough, they put enough points on the board to have enough of a cushion that they're able to survive what happened in the fourth quarter.